All right, so the third item that we're talking about today in this PowerPoint is lifestyle. All right, so in lifestyle, there are 6 lifestyle choices that we all can make that are going to improve our overall health and well-being. First is physical activity. We have a bunch of triathletes, it looks like, coming out of the water right now, swimming, my personal love. And so we want to be physically active. And some of you say, not interested. Believe it or not, the best thing we all can do for all of our lives is walk. Walk. Just walking. We don't need special equipment, just need some shoes, and off we go. So maybe that could be, and then some of you go, I'm out of shape. Just start walking around the block and then build it up from there. All right. Recreational drug use. Don't do it. Bottom line. So they've done research on this. Maybe you've heard this before, but apparently our brains do not like lock into steadiness until we're about 27. So if some of you are doing recreational drugs, you are really messing around with your mind as far as the development and the maturation and the development of your mind. So recreational drugs mean legal and illegal, with cannabis being legal in the state for a couple of years now. It means both of those. So be mindful of that. Also smoking, vaping, the whole 9 yards. Sleeping patterns. So we actually need 8 hours of sleep a day, believe it or not. Have you ever heard the bell-shaped curve? I wonder if I can, I don't think I can change sharing. Cancel. You sure you want to? I'm going to cancel that right now. I'm wanting to see, I'm just going to get out a piece of paper because I want to show you this idea with sleep here. Maybe I'll figure out a better way to do this, but in the meantime, is this going to let me draw? Draw. Okay, draw. Okay, so the bell-shaped curve, oh, it's kind of thin. Let me make it fatter. I mean, let's get it blue. Okay, the bell-shaped curve. All right, so there's 2, I'm going to keep referring to this through the semester. This is kind of why I want to draw it here. The bell-shaped curve is used in scientific studies. And what it basically says is that when we look at the bell-shaped curve, it's really looking at when you look at populations and where does everybody fall? Like how many hours of sleep does everybody really need? You know, is it, yeah, I'm 4 hours, you know, I'm not. I'm saying people want to be that. They want to claim it or whatever. So let's see, I think I can erase that one. Boop, how about that? All right, so the idea is that 96, doing this with my mouse, 96% of the population is going to be met by within the 2 standard deviations of a bell-shaped curve. So we've got the bell-shaped curve here. This is 1 standard deviation, and this is 2 standard deviations. And 96% of the population will get their needs met, all right? You have 2% over here of the population, okay? And there's 2% over here. So there's a little bit of flexibility, but most of us are gonna fall in this 96%, okay? I'm trying to make it clearer, but I don't know if I am. There we go. Okay, so let's just put sleep into the bell-shaped curve, all right? So sleep means, do I need 7 to 8 hours? Or some people will say 6 to 8 hours. That would be the range. And I would say it's more 7 to 8. 96% of the population needs 96% of the population needs 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Versus there are truly people who can go on 4 to 6 hours and they're fine. So this is hours. This is hours. That's a little symbol for hours of sleep. So that's what we're talking about in here. All right. you know, and you can take screenshots of stuff if I mean, I know this isn't beautiful, but you know, if you don't want to write this down, or that's another option for you. You could pull in a screenshot and put it onto your fill in the notes if that helps you. So this is 4 to 6 hours, and then this is it's like 10 to 12 hours. Some people call these people lazy, and they're not. They just medically need more sleep, and these people are revered as amazing, like apparently Edison or Benjamin Franklin were at this level. So that's what that's about. So back to okay, sleeping patterns. Most of us need that 7 to 8 hours. So do your best to try to get that. We're better off not sleeping. We're better off going to bed and not looking at a bunch of computer lights. Sometimes computer light makes it difficult for us to sleep. So stress, there's good stress. It's called eustress, and there's bad stress. I don't know the name of it. Maybe just stress. So you want to be able to manage your stress. What do you find stressful? And try to minimize what that is. Living environment, this includes, you know, is there allergens in your environment? You know, is there black mold? Are you allergic to animals that you're living with? Is there, is there carpeting? Most people, if they saw what's under a carpet, would never get carpeting again. So for those of you still living at home, it's just something to keep in mind for when you eventually have your own place. You can maybe choose that to have, don't have carpeting. It's very environmentally not good for us. Nutrition! Woohoo! That's what we're going to spend this semester talking about, is this sixth one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 1, right? Nutrition. All right. So, all right. Now, lifestyle, looking at alcohol. Looks like a beer sitting there. You guys, there's no way to state it, but it's a toxin. It's a toxin. So I'm not like a teetotaler or a purist here, but I just want to give you the brass facts, and then you can make a decision on how much you want to have that in your life. They're called toxic calories because they actually do provide calories, but they provide more calories than carbohydrates and proteins, a little less than fats, and they're toxic, meaning that it's a poison to the body and the body has to get rid of it. So it's hard on the body. We're going to learn when we get into the carbohydrate, protein, and fat chapters that they all provide calories, and calories provide us with energy. And that's how we're able to talk, and you're able to listen. I'm able to talk right now. You're able to listen to me. I can move my arms. You're maybe writing. And those are all due to calories. Calories equals energy. They're one and the same, all right? Because alcohol is a toxin, there's no benefit of those calories. They're not helping the body do any type of job. They're actually straining the body. Alcohol is going to provide no repair to anything. Doesn't help the body repair. It's not a nutrient. Remember, we had 6 nutrients. What are they? Do you remember? Carbohydrate, protein, fat, vitamin, mineral, water. Alcohol, no, not a nutrient. And this is what it does to the liver. Alcohol metabolism creates free radicals and causes diseases. So on the far left, you have a healthy liver. And in the middle, you have a liver that's getting injured. So basically, when we drink alcohol, it's such a toxin that the body like sends out a code 3, woo, 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 saying we got alcohol in the system, and it sends it directly to the liver. And when the alcohol goes into the liver, it doesn't just like sit around and relax. It is all hyped up and starts to punch holes in the liver. Punch, 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 punch. And that punching creates scar tissue. So in the middle, you have a liver that's starting to develop scar tissue. Well, a little bit of scar tissue, all right, no problem. But you see on the right, that is a liver full of scar tissue. You know how it is if you cut yourself and you have a scar, that tissue in that area is different than the tissue around it. It's less pliable, has less vascular nutrients going to it. So over time, the liver can regenerate itself, which is very awesome. So it's regenerating itself in the first liver on the left and the liver on the middle, but the liver on the right, it has so much scar tissue it can't regenerate anymore. So you might hear somebody has cirrhosis. Well, it causes organ damage, a fatty liver. So in the middle, we're having a fatty liver, yet liver fibroids. You can kind of start to see that on the right. And then cirrhosis. Cirrhosis is the scarring of the liver to the point that people die of cirrhosis. And I'm sorry if you have anybody that you know that has. It's a very sad way to die, but that's what's happening. And it's due to alcohol does this. Alcohol pickles you, basically. All right, so we're going to stop there. Stop recording.